Hi there. In this video, we're going to go over how to use a tool that we've created to help you add relative month indexes to your reports. Now you might be asking yourself, what is a relative month index? Well, a relative month index is a thing in a date table, or I call them in a date table, that's going to help you solve two problems. Number one, you've got a report that looks like this. It's a time series. This is some time series data that I made up. And you've got month of year on slicers here, and you've got year here, and you've selected 2016 and January through July, which is accurate for this month because it's currently July of 2016. But when August rolls around in a couple days, if the user opens up this view, only July is going to be selected. So what you're going to have to do is every month you have to come in and control click on August and republish the data so that these slicers are correctly representing like the year to date. Which isn't really hard to do, but it's kind of annoying. And there's another problem too. What if we've got this problem over here, where we just took the same time series, but there's no slicers? Well, now it's showing the entire forecast all the way back from 2015 through 2017. Well, what we really would like to be able to do is have some way to easily filter down to just show stuff for the next 2 months from now and maybe 6 months before. And what a solution looks like is maybe something like this, where we've got slicers that rather than having the year and the month, we've got things like current month, next month, last month, 4 months back. So you can compose this once, and if I'm going to just click on current month, and since it's July right now, when I select current month, it's just going to show me July. But when August rolls around, even though the same button is selected, it's going to show you values for August, right? And if I click on this to uncheck everything, I've set a page level filter such that, if we come down here, we can look at it, where the relative month index goes from 2 to -6. And what that means is, on this page, I only want you to show me stuff from 2 months from now or 6 months back from now. So 2 months forward to 6 months back. And under the hood, what that looks like, let me open this guy up, or I'll just scroll over here. What that looks like is I've got them for years and days and months. Months is what we're interested in today. They're going to look like this. So the relative month index is for every date. So for instance, January 1st, 2016, we want to know how many months back is that? Well, that's 6 months back, right? And we also have a label for that, for 6 months, right? So this is numeric. This is what we're going to use for filtering. And this is a label. This is what we're going to throw on the slicers. So let's go through how we can add those, right? We've created a tool to make that real easy. So I'm just going to go ahead and close this guy. Don't want to save it. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and open up our folder here that's got the CSG Pro relative date generator file in it. I'm going to double click on it. I think it's already open. Yep. So it'll open up, and we're just going to click somewhere in there. We're going to do Control A to select everything, and Control C to copy it. And I'm going to go ahead and minimize this. And I'm going to minimize this. So now I'm going to go to Home, Get Data, and get data from a blank query. Okay. So right now I've got my blank query. What I'm going to do is click on the Advanced Editor, select all this boilerplate query, and just do Control V to paste the tool right in there. When we click Done, we see that all this stuff is all ready for us. So we've got, for all these dates, we've got the relative year index, the relative year label, the relative month index, the relative month label, day index, day label. You kind of got it. It's also got the system date if you want that. So what is the date today? So if you're wondering when I'm recording this, 7/25/2016. Okay, so now we've got that tool. We want to take this and add it to our calendar table, because this isn't our calendar table. Our calendar table is here, dim dates, right? If we click on it, here's the calendar table that we want to use. We're sort of presuming that you have a calendar table. You don't want to start from scratch. You just want to append it with these relative values. Well, that's what our tool is going to let you do. So let's come over here. I'm going to widen this a little bit. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you've got enough dates. So there aren't dates in your calendar table that aren't here in this tool, right? So if you look right now, this goes from 2000, I think, to 2020, if we scroll all the way down. And where you set that is here where it says Set Start and End. We click on the little gear icon. And we could say we want to go from, right now it goes from January 1st, 2000 to the end of the year 2020. So let's do, just for fun, let's do 2021. And I'm going to change this to, I don't know, 1999. And click OK. So notice this automatically updates, and you come down here to the last step. it's automatically updated again. So if you need to expand or contract your tool, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, so we've got that. Next thing we want to do is we want to change the name of it. I guess you don't technically have to, but it's a good idea. I'm going to change mine to LUT, relative month. LUT stands for lookup table, because we're going to look up values in here in the date table. Okay, I'm going to hit enter. And I'm going to go to all properties. And I'm going to disable the load to report, because we don't need this in the data model. We're just going to use it. We're just going to use it to get these values into the date table. So now we click on the date table. Click on the date table. So I'm going to shrink this just a little bit. And I'm going to go to twirl this guy open. I'm going to go to combine and merge queries. And what I'm basically going to do is a left outer join. So we're going to do a left outer join from dim dates to our lookup relative month table. So we're going to suck in columns from this table into this table. So what are we going to join on? We're going to join on date. We're going to join on date. So whatever calendar you've got, doesn't matter what it is, you can use this tool as long as they both have a date column somewhere in them. Okay, so this selection has matched 1826 out of the first 1826 rows. If this, for some reason, is out of whack, you're going to want to go change the start and end dates, like I showed you how to do a second ago. But it looks like we're okay, so I'm going to hit OK. All right, so now we've got this guy. So we've got our join column. I'm going to go to the little rabbit ears arrows, and I'm going to click on them. Uncheck use original column name as prefix, and I'm going to make sure that everything I want to bring in is checked. So I'm going to uncheck date and system date. I don't need those, but I want the relative years and their labels for year, month, and day. I'm going to click OK. So there we go. So now they're in the date table. Okay, home stretch here. We're going to go ahead and hit. We're going to hit close and apply. I'm going to just double check one time. Oh, I thought I unchecked that. So all properties, enable load to report. And, oh yeah, it's unchecked. Okay. So I'm going to do close and apply. Okay, so you might think we're almost there, but there's like two more things we have to do. One of them is to check that all of the regular indexes, the numeric ones that say how many years it is from today and how many months it is from today, we want to make sure those got brought in as numbers. So we're going to click on them. Go up to modeling and see, okay, whole number is just fine. If it was fixed decimal or decimal, those would all be fine. Text is what you'd want to change it from. If it was text, you'd want to change it to one of these. Click on there. Again, whole number, perfect. Relative day index, again, whole number, perfect. It's exactly what we want. And the last thing we have to do is, now that we've done that, we have to set these sort by columns, because we don't want to sort alphabetically by the text strings in here. We want to sort by the, what the relative year is. Okay, so this is the relative year index label, so we're going to sort by the relative year index. This is the relative month index label, so we're going to sort by the relative month index. And this guy is the relative day index label, so we're going to sort by the relative day index. Relative day index. Okay, and now we're good to go. So I'm going to head back to my report. Just to keep it simple, just so you can see that it's working, I'm going to right-click on here and hit duplicate. I'm just going to click on that and hit delete to get it out of there. Maybe drag this guy down to buy us some space. So now I'm going to come over here to my dim dates table, and I'm going to go find my relative month index label, and I'm going to drag it on there. And so you can see it started off interpreting it as a table. We're going to change it to a slicer by clicking on slicer. And we're going to come back here to the little arrow, or to the little paintbrush, twirl open general, and change the orientation from vertical to horizontal. There we go. Let me close these guys out just so you can see that it is indeed working. So we're not 100% of the way there, but we're getting closer. So now we've got 30 months back all the way to boop, 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 boop. So all the however many months forward, which they're working. We've got too many months there. So how do we fix that? Again, pretty easy. Twirl this guy open, twirl this guy open, twirl that guy open. So now we're going to find the relative month index. We're going to head over here to the fields, and we're going to add the numeric version as a page level filter. So relative month index as a page level filter. So we're going to show values where the relative month index is less than or equal to 2, so 2 months from now, and is greater than or equal to, let's say, 6 months back. Okay, go ahead. We have to hit this button. And great, now we've got exactly what we want. So we've got a page level filter that only shows us 6 months back to 2 months forward. We can change that page by page, and we've got these nice slicers. So if we want, when the user opens up this report, to only show last month, current month, and next month, we could just leave these checked and it will always work. We never have to mess with it again. Okay, well, I think that's a really cool tool. I think these are really nice to have in your reports. I think it's great from a user perspective, and I think it looks pretty snappy too. So I do hope that was helpful, and I will see you next video.